Suppose I approached you on the street and presented you with the opportunity to choose between getting $70 now or $100 in 3 months. Most of you have probably already chosen the $70 option. What appears to be a little problem may actually be a significant one in terms of the larger picture. Reveals a lot about you and your prospects for future success based on the way in which you think and conduct business. In the planning and achievement of your goals. If you don't understand, please explain it to me. However, in the course of accomplishing a certain goal, whatever the size of the object, resisting your need to buy it now in order to buy it later is something to be proud of. It's an absolute must. Prepare for tomorrow's college possibilities now by getting a good night's sleep and studying. This time of year, start saving money now for your vacation next year. Avoid ice cream this month in order to seem more appealing. The next step. The truth is, if you're like me, you've come to the conclusion that most of the time, we select the quickest path. Shorter and less substantial payoff than a longer term, more substantial one. For a less important but more immediate payout, we grab the phone and start spinning the reels. During a difficult work or study, we consume the cookie that provides us with immediate pleasure, instead of adhering to a healthy diet that will benefit us much in the long run. Is there a reason for this? Despite the knowing that our future selves may regret some of the actions we make today, why do we continue to do so? Having the same understanding. In spite of its many talents, the human brain is particularly adept at ignoring future events. As long as the rewards are of similar worth, people tend to choose the one that will arrive first, compared to the time period before to this. An experiment provided participants the choice of either receiving $100 immediately or receiving $100 at some point in the future. In 1 calendar year's time, all of the contestants choose to take the first $100. Those who were saturated in perspiration were asked if they preferred juice or water in a different research. Right now, or twice as much after 5 minutes. 60% of the test subjects voted for the first option, and those who did so were immediately rewarded. Delay discounting is the term used to describe this phenomenon. Humans, it turns out, have a built-in need and need for instant satisfaction. Taking into consideration that future revenues may be lost. It's because our current way of life doesn't help that the situation has gotten so serious, and it just makes things worse. Trickier. Our lives have undergone a dramatic transition over the past 10 to 15 years, and this can be clearly seen. As a result, our mental capacity dwindled. An investigation of the link between internet addiction and delay discounting was carried out using a meta-analysis. They studied those who were addicted to the internet and those who weren't, and assessed the amount of time they spent online. They underestimated the worth of the rewards to come and discounted the potential of the future. The internet addiction group had a significantly higher delay discounting rate than the general population. They were also more prone to acting on impulse. People with YA have a proclivity for seeking out immediate gratification, which may be a side effect of their illness. How the internet works in general. A wide variety of video and written content is available at all times, giving us instant satisfaction for only a few clicks of our mouse. To read right now, 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 right now. Inadvertently, the internet has increased our rate of underestimation of future advantages. Seek solutions that can be implemented right now. A lack of planning prevents us from reaching our greatest potential since it makes us more impulsive. Greater rewards are only available after a longer wait. The internet made it much more difficult to keep up with the delayed incentives. In a certain way. How would things change if you could stop downplaying the importance of the future, for example? Instead of just focusing on the immediate gratification you'll get? The reversal of delay discounting was also found to exist. To succeed in life, one must be able to put off happiness for a lengthy period of time. The Marshmallow Experiment was the name given to this experiment. The researchers selected a group of preschoolers and handed each one a marshmallow for the study's aim. After that, the researchers had to leave the room for a 15-minute period of time they hadn't planned on. An important task, and cautioned them that failing to finish the marshmallow in time would mean that they would fail in their goal. They've returned, so feel free to hand over both of them. It was possible for some youngsters to resist the temptation of the marshmallow, but not for others. They fought the urge with all their strength, and some even went so far as to cover their ears and eyes. Their own games were a way to resist the temptations they faced. Children who exhibited self-control and were rewarded with an extra marshmallow did better in the experiment. In their advanced age they had more advantages. For example, children whose preschool attendance was delayed for a longer length of time were shown to be more likely to exhibit self-control than those whose attendance was earlier. More self-control and self-discipline in the face of difficult conditions. Much less prone to derail your concentration while you're trying to concentrate. Also, this confirms what we always suspected, namely that things are often a little behind schedule. Benefits and are more valuable than more immediate but smaller ones. What can we do, therefore, to get the benefits of delayed rewards while avoiding the temptations? Up until the moment? And grasp of human nature and how delay discounting works is necessary to get things started. Helpful. A smaller incentive, such as watching an episode of a television show, may be more appealing than a larger one. Going to the gym sounds like a good example of preferring the immediate over the delayed. As a natural propensity would have us to think, but with the knowledge that the choices you make today will be much appreciated by your future self, there is a chance that the delayed reward might help you make the optimal selection. Instead of undervaluing the benefits, consider looking at them from a future perspective, due to the fact that they do not occur immediately. Second, don't take any chances when it comes to your online activities. I don't think we should aim to avoid the internet because of its numerous advantages in and of themselves. It has more advantages than disadvantages. We need to improve our self-control and lessen our inclination to act impulsively when we use it. It is not a coincidence that individuals who were internet addicts had the greatest rates of delay discounting, because of the fact that the internet is a real-time medium. There's something wrong if you're watching movies in a mindless way that you weren't intending to do. Keep an eye on, to check your phone every couple of minutes, or to do it whenever you're in an open area. As a bored person, you may be training your brain to respond to impulses. I advise you to limit your internet use for a predetermined period of time and utilize it more sparingly. A means to an aim rather than an end in and of itself. One more thing, a couple of the kids did find out what they were looking for in regards to the Marshmallow Experiment. A standalone answer to the discount issue. To pass the time, they devised various games and songs, some of which they sang out loud, while others covered their eyes and spoke to themselves, keeping their attention off the reward they're hoping to win. In order to make it simpler for them to reject the lower award, they reduced the prize's initial attraction. They should save their sweet need for a later time and indulge in a second delicious marshmallow. The results of the experiment showed that when no cognitive or attentional approaches were used, it was easier for pupils to postpone when they could see the reward they were striving towards. It's a good idea to design your environment in a way that minimizes the risk of. In favor of the immediate gratification, you're overlooking the long-term implications. As a result, going to the gym and knowing that you will burn more calories if you don't drink Coke or eat cookies in between exercises is a good idea. Simply removing the temptation will help you achieve your goals in the future. Consider postponing or avoiding the purchase of these items altogether if delaying or avoiding the purchase is an option for you. Instant gratification and the opportunity to win an additional mouth-watering marshmallow. Your rewards will be lower if you can't wait patiently or don't have the patience to begin with. Making decisions based on short-term rewards rather than long-term ones might lead to regret in the long run. These three principles will help you get started on the right foot in terms of limiting your long-term potential. Assist you in achieving your personal objectives. As a last tip, this is one of the easiest and fastest ways to develop new behaviors. When we live in an atmosphere that encourages harmful habits, we are more likely to develop them. Please let me know in the comments if any of you are interested in learning more about the science and methods of habit development. For a quick review, watch this 16-minute tutorial, which covers all of the essentials. Routines must be thoroughly understood to be effective. To a large extent, it is inspired by and contains useful information gleaned from the book Atomic Habits. Your interest in my work is really appreciated, and I hope to see you again in the near future. We appreciate you viewing, and if you liked it, please subscribe to our channel and share the video with your friends.